In my presentation, I will be exploring storytelling's journey in the Caribbean, West Africa, and the rest of the world, from orality to print to digital storytelling. Under moonlit skies, villagers gathered around glowing embers that leaped and danced in the cool Atlantic breeze. As they sat listening to folk tales and fables filled with myths and superstitions, they were transported to the days of long ago. The days when Anansi told stories. To the days when drums told stories. Stories are often told through songs. In Western Africa, this storyteller is known as a griot, whereas in St. Lucia, she is referred to as a chatouelle.
Why encore, ça toujours, et ça bien va moins, maman l'a dit
Yo time yo pale, yo ma panele, mamele pio, wablo ya bat mama, wablo ya bat papa, wablo yema, ça c'est kana soba,
maman l'a dit why encore, et ça.
Stories were the first form of education. It allows societies to pass down moral values, knowledge, and culture to its people. They're all too often very animated storytellers who are very entertaining. They use their facial expressions, gestures to not only bring stories to life, but to elicit a variety of emotions from the audience. As a result, these stories would be embedded in the minds of the people, never to be forgotten. Ong states that oral culture depends on memory to pass down knowledge from generation to generation. In oral cultures, knowledge, once acquired, had to be constantly repeated or would be lost. In other parts of the world, stories were told on the walls of caves by depicting pictures of wild animals, figures, and hunting expeditions. Many years later, ancient poets like Homer told stories through poems and in turn influenced the works of Caribbean poets such as Derek Walcott, and Louise Bennett. In ancient Egypt, stories were told using hieroglyphs. Hieroglyphs are among the oldest writing systems in the world. It was made up of a combination of logographics and alphabetic elements. Soon, stories were written on papyrus scrolls. Fast forward, during the 14th century, scrolls were replaced by the codex and remained unchanged for more than 1,000 years until the development of paper. During that time, the monks of the Catholic Church had developed the skills of writing. However, it was only available to the elite. Ong claims that writing has transformed human consciousness. During the industrial age of print, the Gutenberg press enabled the mass publication and circulation of books and other forms of print media. This led to the mass reading among the general public and helped to spread stories all over the world. Print and storytelling have contributed immensely to the development of education. Zip states that stories may be the most important cultural and social event in the lives of children. Stories are universal, ageless, therapeutic, miraculous, and beautiful. And it's important that they are continued to be told and written. Anansi's stories have been referenced in many books, comics, music, television, film, and video games. In Justin Corman's storybook Disney, The Lion King, the cave monster, Simba and Nala are afraid of a cave monster who turns out to be no other than Anansi himself. Similarly, in the Marvel comic series The Amazing Spider-Man, Waku Anansi was the original Spider-Man who had sold himself to the Sky God in order to gain wisdom. Oral language and storytelling are two of the most important variables of literacy in a child's development. Stories help to inspire students to learn and provide opportunities to practice social skills. Storytelling helps to enhance the verbal proficiency of children and improves their listening skills. Apart from instilling values and virtues in children, storytelling encourages creativity and imagination. Sabia states, in 6,000 years of storytelling, they've gone from depicting hunting on cave walls to depicting Shakespeare on Facebook walls. And this was a cause for celebration. The art of storytelling has remained unchanged, and for the most part, the stories are recycled. But the way that humans tell stories have always evolved with pure, consistent novelty. New technologies have given people more creative ideas and more opportunities to recycle old ones. Bull and Kadia states, digital storytelling is the practice of combining images with a narrative soundtrack, including both voice and music. Hafaka states, digital stories can take many forms and, unlike printed books, are very efficient, effective, and easy ways of sharing experiences and feelings in an engaging and an entertaining way. Olea states, the interplay between writing, speaking, listening, and digital stories has great potential to help students learn language. Digital storytelling helps to fully connect students to academic literacy. In closing, according to Sips, if anyone believes in civilization and in the virtues of civility, then stories continue to play a role in the civilization process, not just as trivial amusement, but more important, as a subversive alternative to a process that has lost its touch with humanity.